Well, guys, here we have our first lecture. We are going to learn Python thanks to the book of. Ooh, let me see. There we go. Tony Gaddis. Tony Gaddis is an amazing programmer. He has been written a lot of how you call it books about programming, mainly C++, Python, and I believe he has one of graphic C sharp with the I can't remember the name of the plugin for Visual Studio. Silence, please. But this is gonna be our first lecture or first video for the Python learning tutorials, and we are going to do so. Let me explain what we're going to do here. What we're going to do is we're gonna read this book. We're gonna do the exercises. I'm gonna upload the exercises on my GitHub account, which is gonna be linked in the description of this video, so you can actually see the exercises and then pitch in your own exercises examples in a fork. So it's going to be an interactive way to learn this to learn this language. And of course, we're going to do this with other languages. We're gonna do JavaScript the next day. We're gonna do C Sharp the next day, and we're gonna maintain those three languages first until we level up and we can make projects with these three languages. I was thinking to create a web page with JavaScript and then maintain the database with Python. So it's gonna be super cool to see how this plays out. Without further ado, guys, let's get into the preface of this video so we can actually learn how this book actually works. So let's jump into the preface again, and we will be shortly in the lecture. Alright, welcome to Starting Out with Python, 4th edition. This book uses the Python language to teach programming concepts and problem-solving skills without assuming any previous programming experience. With easy-to-understand examples, pseudocode, flowcharts, and other tools, the student learns how to design the logic of programs and then implement those programs using Python. This book is ideal for an introductory programming course or a programming logic and design course using Python as language. As with all the books in Starting Out with series, the hallmark of this text is its clear, friendly, and easy to understand writing. In addition, it is rich in example programs that are concise and practical. The programs in this book include short examples that highlight specific programming topics, as well as more involved examples that focus on problem solving. Each chapter provides one or more case studies that provide step-by-step analysis of a specific problem and shows the student how to solve it. Okay. Control structures first, then classes. Python is a fully object-oriented programming language, but as students do not have to understand object-oriented concepts to start programming in Python. This text first introduces the student to the fundamentals of data storage, input and output, control structures, functions, sequence and list, file I/O, and objects that are created from standard library classes. Then the student learns to write classes, explores the topics of inheritance and polymorphisms, and learns to write recursive functions. Finally, the student learns to develop simple, event-driven GUI applications. Okay, so we see the changes in the 4th edition. We don't care about that because we're going to see it anyway. Okay, brief overview of each chapter. Chapter 1, Introduction to Computers and Programming. I don't think we're gonna tackle that. Chapter 2, Input, Processing, and Output. So these it's gonna be like our first. In chapter 2, we're gonna see our first exercises. That's cool. Chapter 3, Decision Structures and Boolean Logic. Oh, nice. Chapter 4, Repetition Structures. Chapter 5, functions. Okay. Chapter 6, files and exceptions. Chapter 7, list and tuples. Chapter 8, more about strings. Chapter 9, dictionaries and sets. Chapter 10, classes and object-oriented programming. So in chapter 10, we're already in OOP in Python. That's cool. Chapter 11, inheritance. 12, recursion. Chapter 13, GUI programming. And then we have appendix installation Python, introduction to IDLE. Okay. All right. Okay, we don't care about that. 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 Instructor resources. Let me jump into the first exercise. If I find something that we need to tackle in the chapter 1, I'm gonna post it. But let me jump into more interesting topics. So, nothing of our interest is in the chapter 1. Basically, the a brief summary is that it's talking about like the story of the computers, how the computer reads the memory with the RAM and all the stuff, and then he follows through with how the code is presented. But that doesn't matter because I'm going to present the code to you, and you guys then can use your own knowledge and pitch in for new projects that are similar to the exercises that we're doing. So right now we're going to do the first exercise, which is the program 2, which stands for the chapter, I believe, and number 1 is the exercise number 1. So without further ado, let's get into coding. Awesome. All right, after you save this, you just go hit run the code, and in the output here you can see that what you printed is output on the console. So basically that's how it is. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna help you into installing Python. There's a lot of videos doing that, and so basically you should know how to install Python and then use Python correctly. But that is the first program ever. That's cool, huh? That's cool. All right, we're gonna jump into the second exercise, which is basically it's demonstrating here that you can also print out the same information by using double quotes if you paid attention in the first exercise or using single quotes. And of course, when we hit run, that's when it's going to appear. Cool, isn't it? Clear output. Cool beans. Cool beans. Let's go with the other one. Here is demonstrating that you can actually use the double quotation, so you can have string literals. in your file. So the computer will get notice of that you're using, the single quotations inside the text. So that's pretty helpful. Of course, run it. Here, I'm here. That is our and of course you can use it backwards as well. So in the program, in our next program here, we're going to use single quotation marks and double quotation marks inside the text. And you see, your assignment is to read Hamlet by tomorrow. And I think we can actually leave it like that. It is a really, really small course for now, but it's gonna be a series starting out with Python. Thanks to Tony Gaddis. I'm gonna upload all of this inside. I'm gonna push all this in my GitHub account, so you guys can actually find it and pitch it with a fork or with any other statements, so you guys can do the exercises. Also, do another examples. That exercise a good exercise using another examples. I know it's just basically print text, but it's for like very novice people. This is gonna be very helpful. So, yeah, guys, thank you very much for being here. Click like and subscribe, and stay looting. Hello guys, it's me, Access Code Leader again. So here we have actually, that was the latest code that we actually wrote. But actually, I just realized that we actually we reached a checkpoint. So how about if we actually go for how you call it? After every code that we write, we actually do the checkpoint as well. So here's the first checkpoint of this chapter. It's write a statement that displays your name, write a statement that displays the following text, Python is the best, and write a statement that displays the following text, the cat said meow. Remember, single and double quotes. So yeah, let's do that. Let's keep this like a course going because I really like this book. Okay, thank you very much, guys, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.